Hi, this is Dr. Cooper, and welcome to ENH295 Banned Books and Censorship. This screencast will show you how to sign up for the Course Network blogs and your own personal blog. The first thing you'll want to do is you'll see a link once you get into the orientation area. The link in the very last step is for you to do journal number 1, but to do that you have to sign up and register for ENH Banned Books and Censorship blogging site. So let's go and see what the instructions tell us to do. So it tells us that if you check your school email address, you will receive 2 emails from me titled New ENH295 Banned Books and Censorship Site with your name and blog. So let's go and see what that will look like when you get to your email. So here's my email inbox, and you can see that I have 2 emails from ENG295 online. If I click on the first email, I will have received a username, which will be your MEID, and then this random password that you probably won't ever remember. So let's copy that. Control C. Now before we go to the link, let's go back and read the other email. The second one says New ENH295 Banned Book Censorship Site, and then Allison's blog. So whatever your name is, you'll see it there. And when you click on it, it says, Dear user, your blog has been set up. And this is the URL of your blog, in case you wanted to tell anyone. Again, you will see your username and this very random password. So let's go ahead and get started by logging into the class site. So you'll be presented with a login window, and you will type in your MEID and password. Okay, so the first thing that you'll see is welcome to your new WordPress site. And this is what we call the dashboard, the back end area. There are a couple of things I will show you, but for now we just want to get started with setting up your profile and getting going with the class. Okay, so first things, let's look. So up here you can see that this is your blog. So if you want to visit your blog, you click here. If you want to post to your blog, you click plus and then post, or plus new and then post, and you will be posting a journal to your blog. We'll get back to that later. You also can see my sites. This is the main site where you can see all of the activity going on in the class. So you can't post to this blog, you can only post to Allison's blog, which is your name if you are Allison, if you were Allison. Okay, so let's start by clicking on user and then your profile so we can update your profile. You need to add your name, so Allison Carter. You can't change your username, which is your MEID, so you can't change it. But down here you can give yourself a nickname. So what is it that you want to be called in the class? So right now I think just your first name will work great. So then scroll down and choose your display name. So on the network, all anyone will see is your first name. Okay, the next thing you want to do is scroll down, and you will see that your email address is there, and that's your school email address. And then all the way down to the bottom, you will see where you need to type in a new password. So type in a password that you are going to remember. Remember, the old password that you used to get in was some weird random letters and numbers. So type in a password that you will remember, and then click update your password, or update your profile. Okay, so now it says profile updated. Now let's go post that first journal. So I'm going to go ahead and click new post. And when it opens up, you can see that you would enter a journal title here, and then this is where you would type the journal. So we're going to number all of our journals, so you should begin each journal with journal number 1 : and then whatever the title of the journal is. So this is the only journal that I've titled for you. All the others you will need to come up with your own title, and they should be a title that indicates what the journal is about. Okay, so I have the title, journal number 1, Why Banned Books, and then I've typed in my answer to the question, why did I sign up for this class and what do I hope to get out of it? So now that I have that done, what I want to do is over here on the side, I can just go ahead and click publish to publish it. But I like to tag my journals. So here I'm going to go ahead and choose journal for categories. But if I scroll down, what is this journal about specifically? So if this journal were something about a book we were reading, you would want to tag it with that name. So this one is very generic. I'm just going to put class and add the tag. Now if I wanted to add an image to my journal post, which is very optional, it's up to you, I would click this little button here that says add media, and then once it pops up I can select a picture from my computer. Okay, so I select files and I grab this picture, daisy, or not a daisy, of a sunflower that I took, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a title, sunflower. And then down at the bottom here, I can choose how I want it to display. Do I want it to display left of my text and my text wraps around it, center, or right? And then I can choose the size. So this looks like a pretty good size here. I'm going to go ahead and insert it into the post. Alright, so there's my picture with my text next to it, and now I can just publish. Okay, now that it's published, I can go ahead and click View Post. And I'm going to go to my blog and see my post that I created. So there it is, Allison's blog, a GCC Banned Books and Censorship class blog. And then there's my first post, journal number 1, Why Ban Books. Okay, so that is how you get started with posting to your journal or to your blog. Now up here will also be your notification bar. So here you can see that by signing up and blogging for the first time, I've earned an achievement. And when I click on that, I've earned a badge and some points. I got 5 points just for setting up my blog and posting for the first time. So there you can see my bonus points. Okay, so let's now go over and look at the regular class site and set up the profile in the regular class site. Okay, so as soon as I click that notifications button, you'll notice that it brought me over to a different site. Now I'm at the ENH295 site, where you will be able to see all the members, all the groups, all the activity, all the blogs, and then a link to get back to Canvas to find out what you're supposed to be doing. So you can see up at the top it says Howdy Allison. When you click on that, you can see your MEID. There's no photo, but there's an option to edit my profile. Click on that to edit your profile. And what you're going to do is add a photo and answer some basic questions. Remember, you don't have to put anything too personal, it's just so that we know who we're talking about. So in order to add a photo, you scroll down and you can see edit and then change avatar. So if I go to change avatar, it's going to give me the option to browse my computer and upload an image. Alright, so browse, choose a folder, and I'm going to choose a picture. Here's a silly one. Okay, so then I click upload image. Now it will give me the option to crop it. So I want to go ahead and stretch it out so that you can see the whole picture. And then click crop. Alright, so now I have an image. So let's go back to the edit part. And let's answer the questions just briefly so that you can let people know a little bit about you. Nothing too personal. Okay, so I put in my high school, college major, and where do I plan to go after GCC? So save those changes. And then there's just one more question, just so we can see if we have anything in common with each other. So up here, I know it's a little confusing, about you. Alright, so in about you, what's your favorite band or musical artist? I'm going to say Duran Duran. And then what are your hobbies, if you care to share? So obviously a computer science major would be into computers and music and maybe old movies. Okay, and old cars. Alright, so once you're done with that, click save and you're done. So to see what your profile will look like to the class, you can click Public, and then this is your profile. So on the network, we will see your real name, first name, your MEID, and a little bit of information about you to help us know who you are. Okay? So that's pretty much it for getting started with the course network blogs. If you have any further questions, let me know. And then we will be back to talk about how to set up spam control and also how to do some other things on this site later. But for now, let's just get in there, get your first post done, get your profile and your password changed. Profile set up and your password changed.